Hi everyone, this is Kenzie. Another day, another Gundam game, but this one is a little special. I have a very small amount of time that I've put into Gundam Battle Operation. It was on the PS3, it didn't run very well, and it was a Japan exclusive, so playing on those servers weren't exactly optimal for good internet matches. So now that Gundam Battle Operation 2 is a thing, I can give this series another shot, even though these types of Gundam games give me Gundam Crossfire flashbacks. And that's something I wouldn't wish on my best enemy's worst enemy. Nah, I hear you thinking over there, I'm not doing Gundam Crossfire. I would sooner commit die. My first start in this game was interesting. After loading the game, this was the first thing I saw, and I immediately knew what Gundam we were dealing with. While the Gundam is most likely the last suit you'll be playing in something like Dynasty Warriors Gundam or Gundam Versus because of the sheer variety of suits you can use, in this game in particular, you'd probably have to scratch and grind for suits in general, and most of them are probably mass-produced suits anyway. Just this one screen gave me this impression. Not a bad impression, but just, it's an observation. Another observation is that I know that this girl is cold as hell, like what? Also, I must have created a character at some point before this, but to be honest, I basically would have made her like this anyway, so I let it slide. During this tutorial phase, I also received my first tokens, and here, my heart sank. Oh no, this is a gacha. I looked at my wallet and it shut away in fear. There was no way I was going back from all the money I just spent on Destiny Child and Dokkan Battle and Dragon Ball Legends and Girls Frontline. Oh, just one more pull. Just one more pull. But it wasn't that bad. I received my first suit from the guaranteed pull and it was a Gelgoog. Yay! I don't really care for mass-produced suits, but I had yet to even play the game, so here's where I would get to see just why this game was so highly requested. The comment that I got that really struck me and made me truly interested in this game was this comment that said that the game was like League of Legends, but with Gundam. Now, you all that were there since my League raps know that I have an abusive relationship with League, and I can never leave and it takes all of my money. So when I read this, I got a little anxious. Could this game really take the place of League in my heart and treat me better and still take all of my money? This thought carried me straight into the first piece of gameplay. What I found instead was the clunkiest shit I've ever felt. Movement was very slow and didn't feel good at all. It took so much effort to actually initiate a one-on-one fight, and even more to complete the fight. Turning around felt like my thumbstick was broken, and there weren't any sensitivity settings that I could find. The attacking was a monumental chore. Every sword swing felt like... Oh yeah, the graphics? Not the best. This game really leans into how truly gritty and realistic Gundam can look. This game is not pretty like the games I looked at before it. I could probably call this game unclean, spotty, not very fresh. I don't know, but it isn't appealing. Needless to say, my first match was not enjoyable. But people obviously like this game, and maybe, just maybe, there's a reason why. This was my most requested game. There must be a reason why, besides my newfound audience trying to kill me, so I kept going. I didn't want to dump on this game without feeling like I earned the right to do so, so similar to Versus, I went into the training mode. My initial thinking was that if the movement problems could be fixed with a little bit of execution practice, then I should do that. And for the most part, that was true. The training mode went deep, like very deep. Combo canceling, advanced maneuvers, and battle tactics were all available and easy to learn based on the type of mobile suit and equipment you're using. The training mode did its job very well, and they give you rewards for completing them like money for weapons, tokens for pulling suits, and even suits themselves. But the token acquisition for a casual player like me feels slow as hell in my experience. At most, you can get 3 tokens a day without a login bonus or a mission reward. 3 tokens is worth 1 pull. I've never pulled a promo unit, and I've only gotten weapons for suits I don't have. Pulling in this game doesn't really seem very worth it in my experience. Even now, I feel like I've never gotten a good pull in about 2 weeks of playing. While I'm sure whales have absolutely no problem with this, and even free players that dedicate the time can do better than I did, the rates for me weren't great. But I can say that that isn't the game's fault. I'm probably just unlucky. Eventually, I was able to collect a decent amount of suits to start with. Some for the air and some for the ground. Even though their cost would sometimes stop me from playing, I had enough suits to compensate for that and just play another mode. And this is when it kinda started to click for me. At this point, it's not even about the suits anymore. It's about their roles, what they offer to a team, what their purpose is on the battlefield. When I slowly started to learn about team comp and what suits went where, maneuvering in battle and team synergy really started to make sense to me. Until I kept losing! This game is fucking hard! I don't know how else to put it. This game is the hardest game I think I've ever played. And to be honest, for somebody like me who can't even play this game for a really long time, I don't think I'll ever get better at this. Unless I keep fucking going. Cause this right here, even though this game feels like shit to play, I won't let this game win. Cause this, no matter what form it's in, it's still Gundam, baby.
You punk ass motherfuckers can't hold me down, my nigga. You can sit back and try to put your goddamn foot on my motherfucking throat all you want to. But as I prove time and time and time and time and time a fucking again, I will rise from the fucking ashes. Motherfucker, I've been shot 7 times, motherfucker, and I'm still breathing.
You can give up now, or you can see it out, because I certainly can't do it without you, and I know you can't do it without me.
Get fucked! Woo! What's up with it, motherfuckers? What's up, baby?
So, after a month, how do I feel about Gundam Battle 2? Well, I kinda like it. It does what Gundam Versus does, but with way more incentive to actually go through with it. This game basically requires you to get good and fast, because this game waits for no one, especially not a casual player like me. If any game deserves to be called the Dark Souls of anything, it's this one. The clunkiness and the fact that certain types of Gundam are obviously better than others, you gotta put in the work to get what you want in this game. I'm no stranger to these gacha games, but even if you don't like Gundam, be prepared to spend some time with this one. It has longevity, this game has character, and most of all, this game is free. So give it a shot. If you can deal with how steep this learning curve is, then you have a gem to discover. A dirty ass gem, but a gem nonetheless.